All right. I think you're amazing. And that's what my sign says. So today, I am going to share my thoughts, answer your questions, and none of this is really advice. Just wanted to forewarn that and preface with that. A lot of this is just my experiences and just some chit chat, just to sit down, get to know me. Who am I? What have I done? And what am I planning on doing? So thank you for joining me. This is my podcast and I'm really excited. So let's just get into it. All right. Thank you. My first question that I got asked, which I have thought about quite a bit, and the answer is no. The question was, though, any plans for another degree? Come here. No. Absolutely not. And I will tell you why. Not only do I have multiple degrees, I have 4 if you include my Associate of Arts degree. I have an AA degree, Bachelor of Arts in Studio Art, Master of Science in Art Education. I had to think about that one. Master of Science in Communication Management. I think college is fantastic. Do I think college is for everybody? No. And I think that it takes a lot of energy out of you. And if you're a perfectionist, which I kind of am sometimes, it's even more challenging. So I'm so grateful for my opportunities to go back to school, but I am done. I can honestly say I'm not getting a PhD or a doctoral degree. And the answer for that is I have nothing that I really need or want to research. If I wanted to go into research and I really wanted to do that, I probably would go into psychology, maybe sports psychology or something like that. But it's just not something that I want to do. I don't want to defend a dissertation. I don't want to do research for 5 years. I'm tired. I just finished my second master's degree thinking that I wanted to go into communication studies and manage communication in higher education. And I realized after doing the degree, I don't know if I want to do that. I'm still not sure. So, it's a learning experience to get a degree. I'm so glad that I finished that degree. It taught me a lot about myself, but I have no plans for any other degree. And yes, you can quote me on that just because I'm tired. Okay, I'm still tired. It's been 4 months since I graduated and I'm still tired. So no, and I'm proud of you because I know who you are for asking. I'm proud of you for going back to school and getting another degree because it's not easy, especially when you're working a full-time job. It is a different kind of hard and a different kind of discipline. So proud of you for that. Next question. How about the personal chef offer? Well, my friend, I don't remember offering to be your personal chef, but depends on how you're paying me because that could be a dream job of mine. I love to cook. I'm all about health and fitness, which is a big part of my life. It's probably at least 1/3 of my life, right? And nutrition is so important with health and fitness. So cooking and creating and trying to make recipes that taste good that are also more nutritious, maybe lower in calories as well. That's a big passion of mine. So if I could, I would definitely love to be a personal chef. Maybe in the future, you never know, right? Next question, what is your favorite piece of art that you've ever created? Again, kind of being the fact that I'm a perfectionist, I don't really have a favorite piece. I did do a mural last year for the gym here in Jacksonville called Iron House, which I thought was really cool, but that's my most recent, really nice work of art that I have done. That was almost a year. Actually, I think it was a year ago. So in the last year, I haven't been making a ton of art. I made a few paintings just for fun, but nothing serious. My style of art now is more cubist, abstract, minimalist. So I'm exploring that. But if I do want to make more art, I will definitely be posting it. It just depends. I'm not forcing myself to make art because I don't want it to be something that feels forced. I want it to be something that I'm proud of. So more on that. But if I find an art piece that I'm really, really proud of or that I love more than most art pieces that I've made, I'll put it in this video somewhere. I do love my Feather Sun. I will put that in here. I worked really hard on that. So that might be my favorite art piece. I made that like 3 or 4 years ago, but it's a cut paper collage art piece. So probably that one, but it's not for sale. I decided to keep it. Next question says, what got you into powerlifting? So I feel like I was supposed to powerlift because when I first got into the gym, like 2015-ish, it felt so natural to me and it felt so fun and I really enjoyed it. I loved lifting weights. I didn't fear the barbell. I was definitely humbled by the barbell because I didn't know how to excel in that yet, but I was never scared. I wanted to improve. I had such a desire and passion to learn more. So I think just that drive made me want to become better at powerlifting. But I really started in the gym because I was fascinated by bodybuilding. So I wanted to compete in bodybuilding before I got into powerlifting. So in like 2013, 14, when I started to lift weights, 2015, 16, I got serious in the gym. I even hired a bodybuilding coach and I wanted to do that. I thought I wanted to get on the Olympia stage and compete. But I did it. I followed it for over 6 months with my coach and I got so burnt out. Like I just had no energy. I was in college and it just wasn't the thing for me. So I started just, saying, all right, I'm going to eat well, but I'm not going to be so restrictive. I'm not going to follow a bodybuilding plan, but I'm going to include bodybuilding movements, but also some powerlifting movements like squat, bench, deadlift. So I started doing squat, bench, and deadlift like once every other week or so. And I got really strong on deadlift and squat, decently on bench. And the funny thing is someone in my class at college was the president of the FSU powerlifting and weightlifting club at the time. She knew that I was really passionate about lifting weights, so she told me I should join the powerlifting club, and I started doing that, and I got really into that at FSU. And that kind of really started everything for powerlifting with me. And I have taken a couple years off from powerlifting, but I'm slowly getting back into it. If I do compete again, it might just be bench only. I don't know. Stay tuned for more on that because I'm just kind of going with the flow on that. What is your favorite muscle group to train? That changes, I swear. That changes like every year. Right now, I think my favorite muscle group to train is upper back and maybe even biceps because this is a funny story. When I was getting married, I had to stop training back and biceps because my lats were so big that they would not fit in my wedding dress. And I ended up having to get another wedding dress. So I took a year off almost seriously training back and biceps, which was really tough because they are such an important driver for the bench press, for the deadlift, even for your squat. So right now I've been really enjoying training back and biceps because I have no dress or no thing that I have to fit in. And I really enjoyed doing different variations, especially to work on my lats. And I really do like doing pull-ups again. It took me some time to enjoy that because when you stop doing pull-ups for a while and you start doing pull-ups again, it hurts. It's very painful. It's a very humbling exercise. You have to have a lot of assistance on your little machine and you can't just do body weight usually right off the bat. So it's very humbling, but now that I'm back into it, it's become my favorite exercise, I think. And I do pull-ups at least once or twice a week now. The next question is not gym related, but is also very related to one of my other biggest passions, which has become shark tooth hunting or shark tooth finding. So the next question says, how many megalodon teeth in your collection or ancient shark teeth in general? Sad to report, and I'm still looking. I haven't given up hope, but I'm sad to report that after almost 5 years of looking in the northern Florida, southern Georgia region, I have no megalodon teeth. I'm still looking, but I have not found one yet. And supposedly you can find them in Fernandina Beach, but I've been there a billion times, I feel like now, and I'm kind of giving up. So if you know a good spot in Florida or Georgia, let me know, because I have found 0 megalodon teeth. However, I have found a lot of ancient bull shark's teeth. I have found one great white shark tooth, and I found that in Georgia in Tybee Island. So that was the one cool tooth that I've really found that was probably really old. I should just have a show and tell on here with all of my shark's teeth, because now I think I have close to 500 at least, but I've given some away. I want to make some artwork with some, maybe some jewelry eventually. So, don't get too attached to your teeth. But I'm still in search for the megalodon tooth, or at least one megalodon tooth. And you know what? I've probably found other species or like ancient, unfortunately extinct shark's teeth, but I don't know how old they are. I need to get somebody to help me with that, because I have a lot that I still need to ID. So that's a great question though. If you see anything related to shark's teeth, yes, I am an avid shark tooth hunter, and that is another big passion of mine. Next question, how many days a week are you training, or do you usually train? That varies on the week. Man, when I was in graduate school, I am not gonna lie, I was lucky to get to the gym 3 times a week, maybe 4, because I was working a full-time job, and then after work, sometimes I would just do homework for 2 or 3 hours. It would take me that long every single day to get stuff done. So it was really difficult to get to the gym, but I'm happy to report that now that I'm done with graduate school, I'm pretty much in the gym 4 to 5 days a week. No more than that, because that works for me. I have not done 6 days a week gym sessions since college, and I prefer to rest a few days a week because that just works for me and my schedule. But I'm also doing cardio. So on the days that I might take off from the gym, I try to at least do 30 minutes of cardio, steady state cardio. So usually that's on the walking pad, or going on a walk in my neighborhood, or a bike ride with my husband, or something that's low maintenance, not super crazy, because I also like to do yoga. It's important to stretch. I've found that when I don't stretch, or when I don't take a day to recover and really do like slow static holds and slow stretches, that I feel it, especially in my joints. So especially in my hips, especially in my knees, especially in my shoulders. Everywhere else, I'm pretty much okay. But as I've gotten older, if I don't stretch and recover properly, I just can't perform the best in the gym, and I might have to take more rest days, and that's totally okay. But right now I'm aiming for 4 to 5 days a week, just because I'm trying a little bit to cut up. So I'm in a little caloric deficit, and I'm trying to kind of lean out a little bit, and that's just one of my physique goals for this year. But that's it right now. So I don't think I'm going to go to the gym more than that. That's just my personal split. I usually work out like 3 days on, rest day, 2 days on, rest day. That kind of works for me, but everybody is different. All right, favorite protein source. Man, anything, honestly. Actually, I will say, besides your normal meat protein, so like chicken, fish, I like salmon, we like beef, we do ground beef, sometimes we do steak, just depends on the week. But besides the like animal protein, I really love Greek yogurt. I think I probably have at least 1 like cup, or at least half a cup a day at least. Sometimes we buy the yogurt protein drinks. I think Oikos brand has a really good one. And there's other forms of protein as well. Like you could do the protein powder. I know Parmesan cheese even has a lot of protein. But besides like the animal protein and eggs and your occasional, cheese, Greek yogurt is probably my favorite source. I think it's really versatile. You can put that in smoothies. You can do like a yogurt bowl. You can make dips with it. I've seen people do that with peanut butter and a little honey or stevia if you're low sugar, and then dipping fruit in that. So it's great. It's high protein, usually low in fat, low in calories, and it's very satiating. So personally, it keeps me fuller for longer. Most Greek yogurts, I feel like, have a lot of options as well, and when it comes to flavors. So I think it's really good so that you don't get burnt out on it. Because if you're eating the same thing constantly, maybe you're not burnt out on it. but I personally can't do that. I feel like I have to switch it up. So flavors matter and variations matter for me in order to reach my health and fitness goals. She's a multifaceted queen. You're a multifaceted queen. Thank you. That's not a question, but I will appreciate the compliment. You know, I feel like in life, it's just good to be well-rounded. It makes you a more interesting person, but also gives you different things to work on and improve on. And I think that's the key to success. I don't want to be stagnant in life. I don't want to only be good at one thing and just kind of be okay at other things. I want to be really good at a lot of things. So gardening is a passion of mine. Obviously, lifting weights is a passion of mine. Cooking is a huge passion of mine. Looking for shark's teeth is another passion of mine. I feel like all of those things I am really good at and I can still grow, but I'm also still learning other things. Like, you know, I want to do this podcast and I want to learn how to make better content and do videos on YouTube, X, Y, and Z. So I think it's really good to be multifaceted. Yes, you can put your all into one thing, but don't give up on other things. I also want to get better at art. Even though I have degrees in art and I feel like I can say that I'm a decent artist, I'm not the best artist, and I know there's a lot of things that I need to work on. So, you know, that wasn't a question, but I think that's good to remind yourself not to give up on multiple things just because you're good at one thing. I think it's okay to take a break once you feel like you've kind of reached that point where you can't go farther and try other things. So for me personally right now, I feel like that's powerlifting. I feel like I've competed at the national level. I've done a lot. Yes, I can improve, but I also want to try other things. Maybe that's bodybuilding. Maybe that's martial arts. Maybe that's CrossFit or Olympic weightlifting. Who knows? I don't know. But I think you should try other things in different avenues because I feel like you will be more successful in life. So again, that's going to be another podcast episode for sure, but I think that that's fitting for me right now where I am in my life. So, yep, there we go on that one. And the last question, and I saved this on purpose for my last question because this question was, what are you working on? Spill the beans. Well, I'm working on a lot of things, but I'll spill the beans, okay? This podcast. I really, really wanted to work on this podcast a long time ago, but again, I kept giving myself excuses and saying I'll do that eventually, and I'll do that after I finish graduate school. Well, it's been 3 months, more than 3 months since I finished graduate school, so I knew that I just needed to start because there's nothing wrong with just starting and figuring out as you go. That's kind of one of the things that I love about learning new hobbies. You don't have to be super proficient. You don't have to be super amazing at the hobby that you're starting, but you can have a starting point, and starting is just the most important step. Just like health and fitness, starting and going to the gym is the most important step. So, you know, I'm learning as I go, and I'm really excited to bring more content that's health and fitness and lifestyle related to this space because I've learned so much in the last 10 years, and I'm very excited to share and learn from other people because asking questions and forming the dialogue is probably the most important step when you are trying to become better at something. So that's the beans. That's really it. This is what I've started, and this is kind of what I've been, if you've been paying attention on my social media, this is what I've been sort of leaking or sneaking about. But I also think I'm going to start doing more health and fitness content related to cooking and nutrition. And I want to bring more videos on that. So that's another one of my goals because I think so many people forget how important that diet is. It's so cool to go to the gym and see those changes, but at some point you do need to make diet changes if you're not seeing the results that you'd like. So I'm going to work on maybe an ebook for this year, and it'll be either really, really inexpensive, like $10 or less, or I might do a few that are free just so that you can try it for free to see if it works for you. I do have some free workout plans. The link is in my Instagram, but I will also put them here below. They are free, and I made them for you to learn how to do the powerlifting movements, get more comfortable with doing bodybuilding and powerlifting. So power building is what I like to call it, and it helps you give you that base so that you can start and be successful and not burn out because you start slowly and you build up. So you start with higher volume, higher repetitions, and then you go up to higher weight, lower volume, lower repetition. So Those programs are fantastic and they are completely free. Please take a look at that and let me know what you think. And I will be bringing more content this way. My goal right now is to do a podcast at least once every other week. So look forward to that. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting me. And to say thank you even more, I just wanted to write it down and say thank you. So I hope that was really helpful, and I look forward to bringing you more health and fitness content in the future. Bye.